Alrighty then, mic check, mic check. We are live at 5, but not really live at 5 because this is not Houston anymore, my friends. We have left the building. We are here 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is open mic night. If you guys have not been with us before on one of these, you have been missing out. And of course, if you are here for the first time, you want to make sure that you are following us over here on our social media, especially right here on this Instagram. You are missing out on all the fun behind the scenes stuff. Of course, you want to learn how we earn right here on our Discord channel chat. The link is down in the description down below. And of course, we are here talking about ALGOBOX here tonight. It is open mic night, so if you'd like to join in on the conversation with us here tonight, we've got some really cool topics to cover. I'm going to bring you guys right down here into our training chat window. If you are in our room and you want to get on the microphone, right over here on the left-hand side, you will see any Vinny Emini Jams Live right here. Click on that button. And if you've got a microphone, you can come right on here. We will answer questions. If you are in one of our 40-day sections, don't forget our training program is 120 days divided up into days of 40, 40, and 40. So each one of these sections, you might be in this section or this section or this section, or you might be trading live, and each one of you guys has an opportunity to come and have a chat with me. As your mentor, I want to make sure that you are in your best absolute situation to maximize what you can do with the ALGOBOX. So before we get started here tonight, you guys gotta start coming in. Make sure, let's see, how's the mic coming in on YouTube? I see quite a few people. Those of you guys who are out there in YouTube land, can you guys give me a mic check? Make sure that everything is coming through all right and that the sound on the music is not too loud, all that kind of stuff. Can you guys hear me clearly out there? I see Manigold, Roger, GPU, Gustavo, Douglas, Justin, Michael G, Curtis, CJ, OR. Man, there's so many people out there. You know, I'm kind of curious sometimes where you guys are all from. You guys type in generally where you're from. I don't want your home address or anything, but tell me if you're coming from, I don't know, Texas, Alabama. If you're Alaska, fantastic. If you're coming all the way across the world from India, we've got folks from Singapore, Australia, all that kind of stuff. Let me know where you're from. I want to see who's the farthest away right now. Oh, I see somebody from Thailand. What's up, Philip? We got him all the way from Thailand. You might be the absolute opposite side of the world there. Welcome aboard. So, topics we want to cover here tonight. I am doing a new thing. If you guys want to see what we're going to be talking about, come up in the announcements. I'm going to kind of use this announcement section a little bit more on things that we're going to cover and talk about. If you guys missed the Saturday video, you really need to go back and watch that one. This is not just a, hey, you know, I'll go check this out because I want you to go watch one of my videos things. I think that you really need to see this video. There are two pretty famous names. Oops, two famous names in our industry here. That is Sosnoff from Tasty Trade and Mr. Radigan himself of CNBC having a conversation, and they are talking about how retail technology is now allowing us as the retail trader the opportunity. I've been telling now, it's no surprise to me. I've been telling you guys for a long time that this is what is coming and what is here, which is why our stats and our numbers from Discord in our Discord channel chat with ALGOBOX are different than other places. It has to do with the technology. And these guys are, I don't know if I want to say they finally agreed, but this is the first time I've heard them in a public setting literally have a debate. And you saw Radigan in the middle of the conversation go from skeptical, he's like, huh, what are you talking about? Retail better than institution. He's like, huh? And then you see this moment where his face changes and you're like, oh, all of a sudden he got it. But Sosnoff is on the same page with me. Again, he's actually the guy who codes. So you got Radigan, who is just a institutional guy. He's been around, he knows all the, you know, he's hobnobbing with the hobnobs, you know, going to all the dinners and dances and yada at CNBC. Then you got Sosnoff, who's the guy who literally wrote the back end of Thinkorswim before it got bought out by TD Ameritrade. And folks, I don't know if you know or not, but see, that's like me right here, okay? That's me and CG and those of us who are coders, like we know what's up. We actually know how it works, okay? And he's like, listen, man, you're eventually gonna figure out that us nerds are taking over, all right? So this is a beautiful video, if you guys haven't seen now, on retail technology beating the institutions, and my whole reaction to see that in real time and know that with our ALGOBOX product, how that fits into the matrix of destruction for the institutions. And if you go look at the hedge fund numbers for those hedge funds, they're not doing too well. If you go look at those growth hedge funds, and they're getting busted. So that is a great video there. If you have not seen it, you're gonna wanna check that one out this week. All right, so let's get into some of our other topics here tonight though. How to trade, I think it's a very interesting video, actually explaining how the E-mini micros work Go check this one out. I'm not going to spend a lot of time in this video, but I think it's worth your time to go check out. I think he does a good job of kind of walking through the explanations and whatnot. I like that. Now, I'm going to start out here with an example from one of our members who, this is about a 2-minute trade here, and we're going to start right into some, I don't want to say, well, for lack of a better term, some corrections, some things that could be done better. So let's walk through this trade here, kind of getting things warmed up here this evening, if y'all are good with that. All right. So let's watch through. This is a playback session from one of our members, and let's see. And I'll just go to call name names because I think he's here tonight. Casey, are you still on the line? Are you driving?
Yes, I'm driving, but I saw you put it up there. Heck yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so, okay, look at what we've got here. Top left-hand corner of the screen. What's he got going on here? He sees we got a pink dot coming. We have a big, gigantic red PRZ. We've got the MACV shift coming in, right? But what's the warning sign here? We've got the biggest section of the MACV is green, so he knows he has to work on that, but we are definitely shifting onto that red section. He's got the red dot coming in, and the high time frame is telling him shorts favorable. Now, I want to make a note here. A lot of people ask, sometimes this favorable direction on the top one is slightly different than this one. This has to do with how many bars of data are on the chart. But which one should you go with? If these are in conflict, write this down if you're taking notes. Go with the higher time frame. So which one is valid? The top one right here. This is the one that matters. So currently, shorts favorable on what time frame? On the highest time frames, which means that the tide, the biggest time frames up there on the 89 is still shorts favorable, even though, I mean, look at our current time frames. Does that look like that we are going short? Are we going long? Are we, you know, going short right here, even though it's a shorts favorable? Not really, right? This whole thing, we look like we got an upward direction. Even this, nice leg up, but this is a wave, right? So as the tide rises, sometimes you can ride the wave. So if we are tide coming down, but we get a wave up, well, that's fine. When we get up here, we're looking for that opportunity for it to come back down to continue into that direction. So these are some of the biggest and best plays that you may come into as this occurs. So we've got the favorable direction to short side. If he's looking over here on the algo matrix, left side, what's that telling us? Also, big picture direction is short. Right, so we can look for a reversal play off of the high time frame. If we're going to continue, we are going to get a continuation move. That's what we want to find, right? So we got those two pieces of information. You have the high time frame now giving you a signal. It's just a signal though. That is not a strategy entry, right? Everybody recognize that he didn't just enter in on that short pink dot, correct? That's not enough by itself. However, could he combine that with this dot over here? Yes, he could. Now, is he going to jump into that right away? Only if that were on king timing. Okay, so he did a good job. He's not into the position yet at this time, but he should be looking for a short, right? He should be sweating, should be chomping at the bit right now, ready for a short. Everybody see that? Why? Like, because you're sitting here, you've got the red PRZ, you've got the red on the left-hand side of the algo matrix, you've got shorts favorable right here. Lots of things telling you, yes, you could have a great opportunity for a big short if we get it. The only thing moving against you is MACV. Remember, you're always going to have something against you. Some people are like, well, I got to wait till all the stars align, just wait till everything's there, and you go. Technically speaking, though, you see how the histogram is shifting red, so it's debatable here whether this is red also going with him. But he's got all the signs, and I think he read this well, that we should be short. Right side of the algo matrix also showing him red. So again, lots of symbols and signs telling him to get short here, right? So that's what he should be thinking here, and he did a good job at that. He's waiting for it. He's waiting for a setup. You might want to ask, well, you know, could he have taken this double cross, double move? You could, but look how small the win is on that. Some people asked me about that earlier today. Look at the distance. What are you talking about? Like, I don't even know if that's worth it, right? So double cross, are you going to get a double move from there to there? I mean, you could. Can he take a swing at it? He could. We're after the king timing, so he could take that as his first trade. But, you know, didn't take it. All good there, okay? Let's play it forward, and let's see what happens here as this one progresses. Okay, so we got a single cross. He's holding his finger. Look at where his finger is. His finger is in the proper location right now, right? Look at him. He moved his mouse over the cell. This is what I tell you guys. Hover your mouse, get ready. Now we have a double dot red. He could actually start pressing the button here if he wanted to on a double dot inside of double king timing. Everybody see that? So critique number one, I would have at least already, since I'm already looking, I've got all these things telling me I can get short here. I would be looking for at least a target one position here, already toe in the water. Okay, toe in the water here at least, right? For me, that's a 2 contract scenario, possibly 4, right? And this is ES, so I'm only going to go 2. Okay. ES, again, he's trading ES right now because the volatility is very high. We're going to talk about that tonight on choosing instruments and speed of markets on choosing your instrument. He's on ES right now because the volatility is super, super high. We've got earnings report season right now, so the other one of those reasons why we're going to be trading ES as our primary instrument. Although I think he's doing market replay here, so I can't tell what date he's doing here, but I'm assuming this might be relatively recent. So I would say be a little bit careful on just choosing ES when you're doing market replay. In general, you're not going to want to do that, but I'm hoping here. Casey, are you on the line? Can you still hear me? Can you validate what day this was that you were market replaying here? I'm not sure if he's still there or not. All right, so we lost to Casey. He can't, verify or tell me what date this is. And I don't have far enough to the left to tell what date it is. So I'm gonna assume though that he's doing something recent, and that's why he's trading the ES. Hopefully that's what he's doing here. All right, so let's play it through. So first critique number one. Oh, what does he got? Double cross, double move. He's going. There he goes. See him? He's hitting it, right? Great. So he starts grabbing his first 2 positions. Okay, now I want to play this in real time. Watch how he enters here, okay? He didn't get in on the double dot scenario with a toe in the water, but now he sees his double cross, double move. He's a double cross, double move player. Awesome. He's starting to get into his position. All right, let's roll it back here just a hair because I want to play this in real time, and then I'm going to slow it down. Okay, roll back, roll back. Wait for it, right there. All right, so you see the double cross, double move. He sees it. He's got his finger over the trigger. He's in the right place, right? Why does he have his finger on the trigger? Because he's got all the signs going, yeah, man, I got a nice short setup. I just need for it to come through. He sees this big delta. Now, the first thing he asked me, he said, Vinny, this very delta, though, it scared me. Okay, now, go back and watch my videos. Yes, on a delta, can this be the shifting turn to the opposite direction? Yes, it can. Am I worried about it on its first move down? No. In fact, go back and watch my double cross double move video and watch how many of these, if you go into my section on the left-hand side in Discord, if you see a double cross double move with a giant delta, these are the absolute best. Folks, listen to me. These are the best, not the worst. Okay, so I'm sure if Casey was confused by this, I don't want to say confused, but if he's got a question on this, you might too. It's better. Yes, oftentimes one of these big deltas can mean a reversal if it's by itself, but on an initiating move and a double cross double move, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put it in your notes. A double cross double move with a giant delta of any color simply powers it up. Remember the power up principle. This is a power up. Oops. Okay, you get it, right? It's powered up because we got the big delta. That just says, boom, extra power. All right, there we go. Let's go. So that should be answering Casey's question around that as well. Let's go. So because that's a power up, I would be adding to that position. Now watch how slow he is on moving this though. Look how slow, 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 very slow. Okay, so I'm just gonna let you guys see the critique. Okay, he's still trying. He hasn't even moved his stop yet. He's farting around with his stop. Now he adds to position because he's got a dot. Now, mind you, he's got extra time here because it's ES, okay? But in my opinion, remember, this is real time that I'm playing this at right here, and he's moving too slow, okay? You need more practice on this because you need to be moving quickly. Even right now that he's not moving his stop. See, he just got some of his targets hit right there. That should not be. On a double cross, double move, he hasn't even used his measurement tool, so I got a lot of critiques going on right here. Why is he not pulling out his measurement tool? I have no idea, right? Does everybody see that critique? Everybody know that he should be pulling out his measurement tool to know where that is, right? I still don't see him pulling out the measurement tool. Still don't see him pulling out the measurement tool. I have no idea why he has those targets right there. I don't see a PRZ over here. I see no lines. I see nothing. So, Casey, on this, coming back, there is nothing here for these targets. I'm going to let this play out, so we'll see it, but I'm going to come back and give the critiques. But this is already like, I'm having stress going, why is he not moving that out? Why is he not getting his measure? Okay, now he has a PRZ. Now, no idea why he just moved that right there. Why did he move that up to that? No idea. No idea. Now, he gets lucky here, and yes, a green dot does show up, so he's going to exit the position right there. But a lot of critiques going on right here, okay? So, let's roll this back and show all the things going on right here. So, first thing, again, you know, he could have toe in the watered back with that dot to start in. And then the double cross, double move comes in, he can be adding to that position, part 2. Now, as soon as he initiates, here are the steps that you should be doing if this is you or anybody else as you are initiating a double cross, double move, okay? After the entry, you are moving stops first, then moving, well, next is measuring. What is that? Okay, the DCDM. So you have got to get that measuring tool out there quickly so that you know where to put your targets, then move targets. These are the steps, write it down. After the entry, boom, move your stops, boom, measuring it, boom, move your targets. Now, you can be in the middle of this because there's going to be a point where you want to remember you are trying to size, okay? Size is where you put yourself different from, you know, the guy making a few $100s a day to the guy making a few $1,000s a day. You are trying to get your size. You want to increase size. You want to get that move. And if you're taking your time and being slow pokey Joe, okay, you might be like, oh, it's fine, Vinny, no problem. I mean, wasn't a big deal. You know, some of us are a little slower. Listen, folks, I am here to drive you to not where you are, but where you want to be. Okay, so watch the speed. I think he should have acted a lot faster as this play started going through. Let's move this back. Okay, coming back. All right, here we go. So he enters, boom, he's fine, but now, okay, he moves his target down. I don't know why. So first mistake, he's moving his targets first instead of his stops, right? First thing I want to manage is my risk, right? Risk first. So risk, his stop should have gone where? Pop quiz, who can answer me? Where should his stop have gone first?
Where you measured.
What? Say it again?
You put a stop if you measured.
Right at the double dots where the King timeline is.
No, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. All right, man. Okay, this is why we do this, but this should be, folks, this should be on the tip of your tongue. If you are a double cross, double move player, your stop goes behind the crosses.
Yep.
There's no trick to this. Okay, listen, I'm chastising you. This is, my brethren, I am chastising you, okay? This is iron sharpens iron. Listen to me. You guys should not be getting this wrong. This is easy stuff right here. This is double cross, double move is what he's entering in on. Now, I know what you're thinking, like, well, but what about these double dots up here? Yes, if he had entered in on this double dot up here, then correct. He would have one of his entries, his stops back here behind this double dot for its original entry. But then his double cross, double move he's really getting into here, his risk management should be right back behind this deal. This is why our profit factor is high, folks. If you're not doing this, your profit factor is not going to be what our system is designed to do. All right, I cannot reiterate that any harder. But, and you're like, well, Vinny, why don't we just, you know, set the stops and targets automatically to go there? Well, that's because these can be different on varying charts. You need to be flexible, but it is your job. It's very simple. You click the button, sell, bam, and then boom, move targets. I'm sorry, move stops, right? And then measuring tool, part 2, measure. Right? Now you might, I would say before measure, you might need, if your target here is close by, you might need to move that out of the way first and then measure, okay? Because you don't want it to get stuck. So his first thing he should do, because this is a double cross, double move, are you gonna have, there's pop quiz. Do you have multiple targets on a double cross, double move, or do you have one big target? Who knows?
Oh, come on, folks.
One big target.
One big target, that is right. One big target on this. So what, should he be keeping these separated or put them together?
Put them together.
Bingo. So his first thing he should be doing, if he's gonna move the target, he should be putting it right on top of his other one, okay? So again, a lot of mistakes he made here. It's okay, he's gonna learn from this one, right? So first thing he should be doing, yes, everybody out there in the chat got it right. Yes, one big target. So first thing he should do is put these two together. All right, I wish I could like run this again and like do it myself to show you. Maybe next time I'll have this all set up, but I have to talk with Casey in advance and ask him what day this was to run it. But boom, slap those together would have been his first thing he's doing if he's going to move this. All right, so another mistake there. Let's carry. Okay, look, he dropped it right there. I don't see any purpose in why that's there. I don't, like, I'm looking on the chart. I'm trying to see something he targeted. I mean, that's a random selection of a push out. He's like, oh, I don't know, to estimate it might go down about that far. Maybe. Or maybe he's eyeballing this, maybe. I don't know. But his first thing he should be doing after he's moved his stop is measuring from this cross to right here. Right? And then measuring out. And now maybe he's good at eyeballing. I mean, he might be the greatest eyeballer on the planet. So if he put it right there, I mean, it looks pretty, that's pretty sharp. I'll be honest. That's a pretty good guesstimate right there. I mean, he nailed that pretty hard right there. So that's pretty good. I'm going to remember that number, 4303.25. But I would like to see, boom, press F8, measure from there to there, and then you measure, and that's going to extend out, and he should have a gold line sitting right there. Okay? Now, instead of moving that one out, this one needs to go where? He needs to move it right to where that gold line is. Okay. Now it's fine if you got a few ticks out, and he might be doing that. You know, I would like to have that conversation with him while we're walking through this, but he'll get it later and see. Okay. So as we are pressing through, I think there was a little bit of a speed issue here, but that's okay. He's thinking about it. Now red dot, right? Immediately, what is she be doing? Right now, see how he's over here? He's having to fart around with his stop, right? He's farting around with his stop instead of being able to add to that position because he doesn't have his finger over the cell because he's taking too much time. He's playing a video game at slow speed, okay? Your game in your practice is to move quickly. That's the whole point of a video game. A video game, the guy who clicks slower is going to lose, okay? So that's why I tell you guys you need the proper mouse and you need the proper settings and all that kind of stuff because you need to be able to do this quickly, and it has a lot to do with your dexterity and what you're using on your mouse, okay? So instead of farting around grabbing his grabbing his stop like he is right now, he should be hovering over the sell button and tapping it one more time at least. I would probably be tapping this 2 more times because I see that delta coming in. So right here, I would be going tap, tap, right? Tap, tap, pap, pap, right there, adding to that position because now we have a double cross, double move with now it's a headshot play. And you've got this cool line right here that was here before on multiple time frames, so you know this is going to be a big zone. This luckily landed right here. You see that little PRZ line right there? So if he's going to have something down there to target, that's a good spot to be at. Okay, so let's play it through. So he moved his stop back, which is interesting. Okay, now he adds. Now look how slow we are, right? He's holding his finger over the close for some reason. Okay, maybe, okay. Just a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, that's way too close. You see that target right there? That is way too close. I mean, like, this is a wasted double cross, double move for that play right there. I mean, I know that that's probably 10 ticks. Actually, he's got a small 6.6. I'm not sure what that is. It might still be 10. I don't think that's 10 away. I think it's even shallower than that. So he's got to move that out quickly because the whole point of a double cross, double move, you are, you know, this is an enhanced level risk play, but the huge reward that comes off of a double cross, double move, you've got to take advantage of it. There's literally no point in being a double cross, double move player if you're not going to take advantage of the big plays. Does that make sense? Everybody got that? He should be moving this out. In fact, watch, the price does move down and hit that target like right away. It is it's like burning money. It's literally throwing money away. Watch. Boom. Like, see that? I mean, what are we doing? We're not even past the crosses yet, right? You didn't even get it to the bottom of the cross. So what are we doing? You know, so again, that's wasted money. Just burning up money right there. This is an easy headshot play that should have been moved out, and he doesn't have a line right here. If he had had his measurement tool, he would know. Boom, drag him out. Boom, drag him out to his long target. Okay, keep going. And I don't know why that target is right there, but you know, he's, again, I don't know what if people watch my DCDM videos backwards or upside down, or you guys are watching them while you're, you know, sitting in your bed eating bonbons or what. But he's not the only one. I talked to a guy earlier today, Shane, on the phone. I don't take very many, you know, one-on-one calls, but he said he wasn't going to be able to make it to open mic night tonight, so I got on the call with him. And I asked him, he said he's a double cross, double move player. I asked him to walk me through. I said, okay, so teach me the double cross, double move. Folks, you guys are not getting this. I'm telling you. I don't know why, because I literally lay it out. Okay, but some of you guys are like, yeah, I'm a double cross, double move player. But you don't know the 2-try rule. You don't know where to put your stop at. You don't know that this is a single target play. You guys, what are y'all doing? I don't understand. I really, honestly, I can't figure it out, but I'm imploring you, get with the program. This is an amazing play, and you guys are burning it, all right? It hurts my soul watching you guys F these up, all right? All right, keep playing. All right, so now he's back to his original, you know, 2-layer entry here. And wait for it, it's going down. And I'm assuming that that measurement is pretty darn close. Let's see. He's got his finger over the close. Okay, so now there's some targets showing up right here. I don't know why he moved this up at this point. This is, I mean, he should be sitting very pretty. Now, if you wanted to move it right here, like right at the very beginning of that, because he was scared of something. I think he said later that he was scared because he saw the delta over here, which is fine. But I'm telling you, if that delta shows up, it's even more so likely that you're going to hit that full double cross, double move. But I can tell he's playing very scared. Listen to me, folks. I can tell that Casey is playing scared. This is fear and no greed. Remember, you could have fear and greed in balance. I can tell just by the way he's doing this. This is fearful trading. You've got to get to a point where you've traded this so much that you're confident in this. This is probably a play that plays all the way out. Even though he did get that green dot, I would like to have watched the rest of this. I'm going to get the actual play from him off of this video and go and market replay it myself. And I have a feeling that this location at 10:30 here probably went even farther than this. I have a feeling it went way down even farther, but I don't know, because it cut off the video at the end here. But let's watch. Okay, so I don't know why he dropped it right there. I'm literally looking and going, I don't see anything there of why he would put that there, but that's where it went. Okay, so play. He sees a green dot, headshot, you know, and I can understand the scare out of that. But I imagine even on those, so I would pull half the position, right? This is a half position play. You exit half the position right there. And as it comes back into my area up here with another red PRZ, I'm adding to the position right here and hoping that this pushes the full play all the way down, because that is a beautiful set. You've literally got one of the most powerful double cross double moves coming in right here. You've got high time frame with you. You've got favorable direction here with you. You've got, I mean, everything screaming at you short here. And if I'm going to be scared out of it by a headshot, I don't think so, right? I'm probably not getting a headshot that's just going to go up to, like, you know, Kingdom Come. So keep that in mind as you're playing these. He still pulls out. I mean, look, folks, you do not have to be perfect to be profitable. Look at this. Totally screwing up this trade, and Casey makes 500 bucks. Not a bad day, huh? Okay. But you know, this is an easily $1,000, $1,500, almost $2,000 play from there to there, holding it all the way to it. And so yeah, that's some of my critiques through that. Any questions? Anybody want to chat on that?
So I guess it's past the second cross. Put your stop at the top of the cross.
Man, your stuff's cutting out real bad for me. I think you were talking about where you put your stop on that. Is that correct?
Yeah, so you wait till it goes to the second cross. At the bottom of it to put your stop at the top cross.
Okay, so I think he's asking about the stop, so I'm just going to talk about double cross, double move. So there's a double cross, double move. This is the signal that says, hey, I'm getting in on this. And this whole zone, your stop is going to go back behind it. So if he's asking about the first cross or the second cross, your stop goes behind the second cross in this case, the one that is farther back. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So, because you're going behind the double cross. All right, so whichever one. If this one was back here like this, then you'd put it right back there. It's the back of the tip of that cross back there, okay? Now remember, on a double cross double move, there's a lot more things playing in here. He did not have to do a 2-try rule, okay? A 2-try rule would have been if this had come up and stopped him out the first time, it's all good. I would have immediately drawn a horizontal white line across this section right here. So if price was going up here, ended up coming up and doing one of these, and then if it went like this and went boom, started to break back down through it, what do I do right here? This is a 2-try rule, okay? I am now entering into the position +1. These are very straightforward, folks. I've talked about, I hope you guys aren't trying to learn this all here tonight. You should learn these from the other videos. I am just reiterating for anybody who already knows these things. You should already know this stuff. Boom, as I re-enter, bam, now I am going, so if before I was in 4 contracts, I am going +1, meaning it has to at least be 5, okay? But I don't care if it's +2, +3, it does not matter. You adjust your own depending on where you're at in your trade cycle. So over here on the right, we have our 5 trades depending on where you are. Are you in your first 2 trades of the day? Are you in your last trade of the day? You guys know how I teach you that in the cadence of your 5 trades, all right? But it has to at least be +1. These are the rules, right? So please at least know the basic rules like the back of your hand, all right? If you're still farting around with this, it's okay. He's in the practice section stuff here where he's still working on the practice thing, so it's okay. But that's the whole point of what I'm here for, is to critique and get you to go all the way. Because you can easily have a play that works against you. You hit a couple of those and you're at a -500. But if you're at a -500 and you've got a play right here that can make you 2K, you understand how our stuff plays out over time? Our stuff only plays out, folks, if you guys let the tools do the work and let the stats play out. Okay, if you guys are circumventing those, I mean, you're making it look like it's a non-profitable system, but you're not trading the system if you're not doing basic stuff. Basic stuff is one and done on a double cross, double move, adding to position with a red dot, and you've got the additional points of confluence back behind you here as well. Yeah, we got a little green dot right there, but do we really think that green dot is literally gonna send this up to Mars? Most of the time not. So take the risk on it, put your stop where it's supposed to be, and let the stats play out for yourself so that you can be massively profitable. Because I mean, you're going to be profitable, right? If you don't have to be perfect to be profitable, but let's own the big house on the corner, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, what I got to say. Let's see, did I miss any questions? Anybody who has questions out there in the public chat, you guys post your questions out there, and if I missed it, I'll answer it again. Did I miss
Casey's back at his desk.
Hey, Vinny, I'm so sorry, man. I was getting horrible signal on my cell phone trying to get back home.
All good. Yeah, what day was that you were playing there?
I'm pretty sure it was last week.
Oh, good.
Or the week before.
So it was recent, though. It wasn't like you didn't grab this from last year. I thought so. It kind of looked like, and I figured if you're trading ES, you're trading ES because what are the reasons that, tell everybody why you would be picking ES right now, particularly with the...
Because of the volatility, and you're getting $12.50 a tick.
Yes, and what else about the volatility? What is in this current these weeks? What's going on right now?
High VIX with earnings.
Earnings, bingo. Earnings report season, folks. Remember seasonality. Okay, got your calendar, your Econo Day calendar. If you don't have your Econo Day calendar, get it. Okay. Circle the weeks where we get that extra volatility. So that's my next topic. Okay, tonight we are going to be talking about if you are a struggling trader. I will tell you tonight, whether you use my system or you do not, listen up. Okay, there is seasonality, right? And you may or may not have heard this from people. There are a lot of people touting they know that seasonality exists. Not season salty, seasonality, right? Seasonality. There are certain times of year, first quarter versus the middle quarter versus summertime versus final quarter of the year, that kind of level of seasonality. But there are other things that are big macro events. These should be equated to and schedules. Okay, some things can be scheduled, some things not, right? Let's talk about a few things that are not scheduled first. All right, well, back when Trump was president, we had a tweet that could be a non-scheduled macro event that could occur. We still kind of have those in some way with Elon Musk. Everybody's following Elon Musk on Twitter to be like, well, what's the next thing he's going to talk about? If he's going to say, oh, there's a brand new battery we're going to announce, whatever. Well, that could send the markets going crazy, right? Non-scheduled. But what are scheduled events? So scheduled events are things like FOMC events typically on Wednesdays, 2 p.m., right? We know exactly when the event's going to occur, all that kind of stuff. We have crude oil inventories. They come out on a Wednesday, 10:30 every Wednesday kind of thing, right? Unless they're a holiday, right? There are exceptions to that, but let's just give the general rules. These are the things that you need to know. And then there's macro events like contract rollover, okay? CR, contract rollover. Other ones, so let's talk about earnings. The one that we're talking about right now. This is a huge one, folks. This is my absolute favorite time. I tell people this. listen up. I'm going to change your whole world tonight, whether you are an ALGOBOX player or just a trader in general. Earnings. If I said nothing else, during earnings, you can make so much money. Okay? You can do your entire year's salary if you are a salaried employee or you're, whether you're a trader or not. If you are pushing it during this event, this is where you push. There are times when you should push, there are times when you should not. I think a lot of traders have a hard time knowing when to put the pedal to the metal, okay? I think they all know that they should at some point push the envelope. When should you? I will give you a macro time when it is a good idea to push it, okay? Earnings, like, I mean, you can just flash this up on your wall somewhere and be like, listen, earnings is where it's at. In fact, I'm gonna go so far as to say this. If you are having a hard time as a trader in general, okay, then stop trading, number one, okay? 2, stop following Bob. What's Bob? Blowout Boys. The Blowout Boy Clubs. Who's that? Trades by Matt, Day Trader Paradise, ICT. These guys who only have losing track records. I mean, for goodness sake, Trades by Matt literally blew his account 9 times in a 12-month period last year in 2021. How do you do that? I don't even know how that's possible. But I mean, you literally can't be trading your own money. That's what happens when you're trading somebody else's money and you don't give a crap, okay? And then you're forced to trade because they're sitting out there in front of everybody on YouTube. And, you know, he's just out there having to, like, push the button. I don't even know. He's, like, I don't know. And there's a bad strategy. Like, honestly, he does not have edge in his strategy. What is he doing? He's still doing volumetric lines and a delta. That his delta thing is so messed up.
Oh, yeah. You know he is.
Is he? What's the squiggly lines one that he uses?
He has some weird name for it. Let me figure it out.
Why am I going blank on that one? I don't know. It became popular like a year ago or something. All of a sudden, everybody's using it. Captain Price, he's the expert on him. What's his squiggly lines one? Or it's got this one. This one. I mean, it's basically like you may as well just put fib lines all over your chart and just be like, oh, okay, well, here's a spot I'll go. Here's a spot that I'll go. Captain Price, VWAPs. Thank you.
VWAP.
The volume weighted average prices. Get out of here. Get out of here. VWAP bands. Yeah. So, you know, that just does not work. It's just not a good strategy long term. Just not, but whatever. And he doesn't have appropriate sizing and all that kind of stuff either. So stop following Bob. And then all right, listen, this one thing right here, I can change your entire career. Right? If you just do these 3 things. Okay. Now you might want to, if you're going to follow Bob, you need to do R&R. What is that? Okay. If you every time he takes a trade in one direction, wait for one of our signals in the opposite direction and double down. Okay. It's a great strategy right there. But like what I mean by follow Bob is fine, watch him, but don't trade with it. Right? That's a bad idea. And then just don't push it outside of earnings season. Earnings season is when you want to push it because the moves that are there are forced. Listen to this. Not you. You are not forced. But who is forced? Okay? Big hands get forced. What does that mean? This means they must turn on the algos to move in and out of their positions. Big hands get forced. Now, you might think, oh, well, it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Retail traders can beat the big firms. Folks, go watch the video and pay close attention to what was being said. We have the advantage because we are nimble boats. We can maneuver the canals and they cannot. Okay? And when they are forced, when their hands get forced during earnings season, because again, can the CEO not have a speech when he's doing earnings? Folks, can Mark Zuckerberg not get on his earnings call on his Facebook thing? If he doesn't want to get on the call, can he just avoid it?
No.
Nope. Now, mind you, he might hand it off to somebody else, but someone who represents Mark Zuckerberg on the Facebook call when they have their earnings call and they have to basically report to the public. You know why? Because now you are held to public accountability because they are a what? publicly traded company. So during earnings season, this is when, dude, y'all can be faking it, y'all can be lying, y'all can be CNN for an entire year, and then when the fucking data really comes out and you find out that a paper mask doesn't work and putting a paper bag over your head would work better, just like, you know, most of you guys who are on the ICT team should be wearing so nobody has to look at you, that outside of those things, when you find out the truth, it comes out on earnings day. There's no more like, oh, hocus pocus, look over here, don't look at the real thing, don't look at, dude, there's gonna be there's a reckoning. And what happens is during earnings season, it happens. So big players have to get in and out of their positions. When they're getting in and out of their positions, guess what happens? There are beautiful moves waiting for us, folks. They're dropping bags of money, and all you gotta do is go and pick them up. Does everybody understand that? Why they're forced hands? Especially the big ones. Now, how would you know when the big ones are going? Well, if you're in our room, let me show you. Come right over here into our public chat, and I'll show you a cool little command. If you guys want to go check this out, try it out for yourself. Click exclamation mark, earnings. Watch this. We got our cool little bot that's going to go out there, scrape it. Check this out, folks. There were 113 companies reporting today after hours. Let's see about the rest of the week. Oh, somebody already popped it. Here we go. Thank you. So, what's the biggest day for earnings this week? Well, it's pretty consistent. Another thing, if you want to push it on what day of the week you think? Thursday. I've always showed you guys, if you guys have been watching, you know, from a Trader's Almanac perspective. Where's Matthew? There he is, Matthew Owens. Matthew Owens is the king of the Almanac. If you guys want to get a guy who knows the history and structure of all things like Trader's Almanac, like what seasons or blah, 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 talk to Matthew Owens. The guy knows what's up, all right? You know, I had a conversation about some of this a little bit the other day. Well, for me, my almanac says if I'm trading on Thursday, I am making the most amount of money. For me, just historically, my Thursdays, like I've got my big green bars are like this, and they're all down here. But dude, Thursday is a huge standout for me, and I think it's partly earnings, but it's some other things too. A lot of the news events that come from Wednesday, the post FOMC happens on a Thursday. The post crude oil inventories, boom, happens on a Thursday. Housing numbers, boom, right here, where the decisions are made and the movements start to occur are on that Thursday. So what does that mean? Why does that matter? Forced hands, write it down. Forced hands. If I type it right there, it's gonna look all jacked up. Let me try it right here. Maybe I got some room. Okay, forced hands, and I'm not talking about yours. I'm talking about when are the big guys' hands being forced. You get me? Because I mean, let's be honest. I mean, we're not really doing much, but when they're having to move it through their positions, that's happening, and you want to ride those. All right, we have very consistent movements inside of forced hand movements. Okay, Thursdays. Now, you will see consistently that the most amount of earnings reports also come out on a Thursday. Now, I don't know why they do that. I don't try to speculate on it. But the majority of companies you will see always on Thursday, I won't say always, but almost every week, right, Curtis? Like you see a consistency, Thursdays are the most amount of companies after hours. You'll see like 300 plus on a day on a Thursday sometimes. What's the max you've ever seen, Curtis? Can you kind of, in your head?
Scrolling back, I think the highest I've seen was like 400 and something.
Yeah, somewhere around there. If you see that 400 day, that's usually the highest earnings report season day of the entire season, which lasts approximately 3 weeks. Okay, in about 3 weeks, all of the companies in general, like especially the main ones, are going to have reported within that 3-week window. So from the beginning of the end of it, and usually on that Thursday, if you want to push it, I mean, you could literally sit back on your hinds feet, don't do nothing. Just like watch Trades by Matt, blow his accounts 24/7. Okay, over there on Trades by Matt. And then be like, okay, let me turn on my ALGOBOX. All right, turn your computer on Thursdays, press the buttons, and you'll make more than Trades by Matt made all year last year. All right, in a single day. And that's probably not hard because pretty sure he blew his accounts and didn't make any money last year. So get into the positive territory. You already made more than a professional. He calls himself, I'm a professional trader. I saw that thumbnail one day and I almost like spit my drink. I was like, oh, professional trader versus amateur. And it was some other YouTuber. I'm like, bro, I don't think anybody did their homework on these guys. Who made this? Yeah, they should have their own shirts. It should say, I'm not with Bob on the back for our shirts with the ALGOBOX in the front, maybe. I don't know. We have to come up with some clever shortage for that. Because I think that's where the most amount of money that he makes is selling t-shirts and hats. Because, I mean, I don't know. I guess if you like people with lazy eye, then, you know, he's your guy. So, look it up. Yeah, that YouTube thing was, oh, it was a promotion? Yeah, a promotion, but you know, it was a promotion with him saying that he was the professional and the other guy was the noob. And I'm like, wait, what? Since when does Matt, the YouTuber account blower, become called and classified as the professional? I had a little fun with that one, I'll be honest. So yeah, that was fun. So seasonality. Let me see if I covered everything on the earnings. Earnings, oftentimes you get paid double. Listen to this, double for your trouble. So right now I'm on NASDAQ because, I mean, why not? Today was a little bit slower. Did you guys notice that? It's a Monday, right? Mondays classically are slow. In fact, let's look at earnings today. So there's quite a few today. Oh, this is because it's the next day. Okay, so that's actually tomorrow is 113. Was that number coming from? Because it's doing the second day. So Tuesday is going to be 113. Today was only 80. Now, Friday is the least amount, but interestingly enough, Friday has its own personality, right? There's actually more action and movement on a Friday, because why? Early morning on Fridays, you always have, you know, Red Star news events. In the morning there, you have the feed over and the feed bleed from the Wednesday stuff, the Thursday stuff, all are forced hands Fridays, right? Forced hands Fridays, write that down, okay? Fridays, lots of forced hands on a Friday. We're usually early in, early out on it Friday because some of that forced hand in the afternoon can also get pretty crazy. Although with our system now, Curtis, I mean, am I right? Like my years past, if you go look back all the way back to 2016 when I was public out here, again, I've been trading for 20 years now, but in public, if you watch my videos from back then, my struggles on Fridays, I mean, they don't even exist anymore. Now, our system has gotten to a level where Fridays are quite good for us, in fact, because the erraticness of those, we're able to detect when they're hitting, especially because of Flowmaster. Flowmaster is a game changer inside of ALGOBOX. So Fridays are now on the table. You do not have to do early in, early out anymore. I just have it as a mental mindset for myself because, you know, me personally, I have kind of set that day aside for my family, and I do catch up a lot with the room. You guys have had a lot of calls with me on Fridays, although I'm doing less of those, as we're piling those into these Mondays, which again, stay till the end of this, and we're going to have open mics so you guys can come and have chats with me. And those of you guys who are shifting in from your different various 40-day sections, if you have questions, this is your night. We'll have that chat. Okay. So I think I'm covering everything that I wanted to there on earnings, but please write that down, folks. If you only wanted to trade one time during the year, there are 3 weeks, 4 times a year, okay? And during those 12 weeks, you can make more money in those 12 weeks than all the rest of the time while everybody else is blowing out their accounts. And that's probably goes for whether you're using ALGOBOX or not. Then if you put ALGOBOX on top of it, the guy who's over there making a few $100s, like we are making the multi-$1,000 levels easily. I won't say easily because, you know, oh, he says his system's easy, but listen, I believe, in my personal opinion, is our system makes trading much easier than any other system out there. And, you know, bet me on it. Like, somebody come and do a competition with me who's got a system that they think that works. All right, let's go. Is that trade still paddling? It does kind of remind me a little bit of trades by Matt out there in Austin on the out on the lake there in Austin. They have a nice, I will say, Austin does have some nice waterways out there in Texas. So it's beautiful. Okay, so those are my 2 things, and then my final one on my announcements. Or was that the last one? Was that my earnings season one? Yeah, actually no, that was the only 2 main ones that I want to talk about here. So now, open mic, where are we at? We're at 48 minutes. We got 12 minutes and we are open mic. Let's see, what all we got here? Anybody have specific questions you guys wanted to get answered? I'm gonna pop open Ask Many Questions section as well. If you guys don't come up with anything, I'll jump into it. Oh, hey Martinez, thanks for dropping this in. I'll take a look at this one. I'm gonna walk through this trade that Manny put in here. Unless anybody has any other questions first, I'll answer any questions.
I had a quick question.
Yes, sir.
On that example that you did at the beginning.
Yes.
If he had entered on the dots,
okay,
and then added on the crosses,
yes,
should he be moving his stops down?
Okay, so good question. Great question. So let's do it. So he's coming in. We've got P is our price. So we're coming in. We had king timing that had come in, double king timings. Price was coming in. We're starting to move down. We had a pink dot over here on the left-hand side on the MACV, but over here we had the double dot scenario, right? We had double dots to get short. So if he had entered in right here, the question was, where do we move the stops, right? So if he had gone right here, and let's say that he's toeing the water, Okay, a toe in the water is going to be approximately 2 contracts. Okay, 1 or 2. So on a 1 or 2 contract basis, the stop for that 1 or 2 is going to remain right here. Okay, now people ask, well, what about on a double dot? I thought it should go behind the 2 double dots. There are, depending on how close these are together, I have varying criteria. This is where, like, if you are a double dot specialist, you will know these things. If you're a novice and it's like, well, I'm just doing the generic thing is, think about this. If you have a double dot where they are this far apart, okay, if this dot breaks, technically the entire double dot is now invalidated. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so that's invalidated. So that's where I'm going to go ahead and place my stop. I'll take the least amount of risk, and I'll take my stop right there. I'm stopped out. But on any play, can I re-enter? Let's say that this price had popped up. Let's go through this scenario. If I had popped up and stopped out, okay, and then it went down, okay, or just let's not do the second down move. It went up and stopped me out, but then we come down like this. Question is as we break this plane, can I and should I re-enter right here?
You should.
I don't know that you should, but you can. Okay, if you're a double dot player and this is your primary means for entry, you could re-enter. And think about how small of a stop this was. Okay, so if you stopped out and what did you lose? 4 ticks, 5 ticks? Ooh, okay, big money. All right, you lost your 4 or 5 ticks right here. Now, if you had lost it back here, well, see how this would have sucked? Right, so now I mean that's significant capital that you're losing if you're putting it all the way back here. So as a double dot player, you need to measure out like how far apart are these double dots, because sometimes your double dots may be close together like this. Well, in this case, can I put it back here? Well, yeah, absolutely. But if these are spread out like this one was in this scenario, absolutely not. I am putting it right back behind this one. I'll take my quick stop out and then, oh, nope, it's not a double dot. Okay, we're getting broken. But if it does all of a sudden give me a cross back here, for instance, that's where I'm like, okay, now I've got it. Now they got borked out. Now we're coming back down. Yeah, baby, let me play it again. And I'm trying to get my 10 and 15 or my 15-25 on this case because we are on a 5 algo bar. So I'm going for big on this, right? So in that scenario, we're playing there, but let's escape it and go. So we've got our pink for price. We're coming down. We do our 2 moves. We've got the double reds. Okay, so if he had entered in, stop would have been right here for how many contracts? 2 contracts. Stop stays back here. Okay, now next play, as the double cross move starts coming in right here, so he's entering in on the double cross and he's adding here to get short. Does this stop move into here? No. That for those 2 contracts can remain back there, okay, because that play is still open. The whole position started to open back here. As he's adding in, he gets his 2 contracts short right here. Okay, this has its own risk put in. Own risk capital, popping it right here, okay? Now, if this whole thing stops out and he wants to take the full profits right here, can I fault him on that? No. But do I have to move it? No. This is where, as this pushes back in this area, as this starts to break back down on a 2-try rule and he adds back in it, don't I want those 2 contracts still rolling? You know, in my opinion, I would. So this is advanced level stuff that you're asking about? Yes. Can you do it this way? Yes. Would I do it this way? Yes. If I'm entering in on that double crossover move and that sucker starts going like that, yes, I am leaving those 2 contracts on, and I'm going to see if it gives me any other position up here. Like, let's say that it gives me a red headshot somewhere in here, and it's still below my area where my double crossover move was. And I look over here, am I going to add to that position? You bet your butt I am, especially because what did I have? I had the high time frame with me. I had the MACV with me. I had the pink to the left. I had all those signs telling me that my bias. Now, let's reference that. All of this is particularly based on if primary bias is with me. And I want to say what that means. With me. What does with me mean? Meaning, if I'm short, and my bias is also short, right? Simple as that, because I don't care if it's long or short. But if I've already established my primary bias is solidly with me on the bigger positions where, now, if it's against me, should I be closing out the position? Yes. I hope everybody gets that. You can still trade against a bias, right? If you get a perfect setup, sure. But am I holding that for more than a T1? No. Everybody should be shaking their head. No. No. All right. If I'm with the primary bias, can I take a little more risk? Can I be a little more, como se dice, je no sé quoi? Little shaking it up, a little suave, some little Rico suave. You bet your butt. All right. Yeah, we can be a little showy with that because we've got our bias with us. Okay. So I'm assuming that in his play, did he have the primary bias? Yes. So at this point, yes, I'm going ahead and letting that position, assuming that we've got a big play coming in, big time frames are coming with me, right? So it's like I got this massive wave coming with me, right? My wave may not be here yet, but you see the big tide coming with you. Yeah, I want to be with it. If I got grabbing my boogie board and I got this little mini wave and I see the thing coming, yeah, I want to get on it and I want to be feet on, right? So I hope that answers that position or that question. Does that answer that question on that?
Yes.
Utimus. It's a great question. A multi-language in fuego. You got to. Let's see. So let's move into Manny had a cool one. Any other questions anybody wants to ask there? Or I'm going to play through Manny's question.
Yeah, boss.
Yeah, what you got?
How's it going? Yeah, it's last coach. So basically, I'm in my final 40 days, and now I'm starting to get. I was the one that asked the question about the cadence, where it came from, and how did that like change your perspective of trading? You were saying you were going to explain a little bit of that. And
oh yeah, okay, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, and then at the end, if you can, just like you're doing with Manny, just review one of my trades as well.
Not a problem. We'll do it right now. All right, so let's open up a. Let me pull open a lunch bot here, and I'm going to show you how like you can visually see the cadence. All right. Yes, I want to change expirations. Okay, wait for it. All right, so full auto is the easiest way to see this. Okay, so I don't think any of these have any strategies on them. Let's pull open like an RTY and go strategies. All right, we got headshot. Let's do a lunchbot full auto, and we need to change the data. It's on 2, so let's see what this one does real quick. All right, so strategy, let's enable it. Oh, I'm not connected. Hold on a second. Let me connect. 1 moment, please. All right, we'll connect to our Simmerinator. All right, so now I'm going to go to strategies. All right, and enable, click OK. All right, so let's close all these real quick, get these out of the way so we can zoom in on what we got here. So I'm going to show you
Fib dot NASDAQ on the 2s.
Really cool here. So in
NASDAQ
hindsight, so this is making 13,000 over, let's see what time period this is. Over 14 days. Okay, so about almost 1,000 a day on RTY over this period. But let's so let's disconnect and then let's pull the stats so it doesn't take forever. And let's go strategy performance, and we'll do historical and real time. All right, so now that we got our data, let's take a peek. Okay, so inside of our stats, let's go to our orders. Okay. And actually trades is going to be more helpful. Trades. All right, so now watch this. You want to see cadence? Watch this. It is as simple as seeing this. Watch this. Okay. I'm going to... Can you guys see this, or is it too small? Let me zoom in slightly. All right. I think you guys can see that pretty good right about there, right? Okay.
Good.
So this is per set of trades going on right here. Okay, just picture each one of these lines on this. 1 trade, 2 trades, 3 trades, 4 trades, all the way down. Okay, Now, mind you, some of that can be slightly different depending on whether a trade got broken up, but most of these quantities looks like, you know, all going to be filled, assumed in one layer or position on the quantity on the left. But sometimes like this 8 right here, sometimes this 8 position will get broken up and this will show as 2 or 3 trades. It just depends on how you're filling in a live market versus a sim market. You're going to get, you know, basically all filled in the same order, but that may or may not be the case, which is why, you know, you have to understand hypotheticals, because this may not fully all get filled at 1932, for instance. It might be 1933.2, some at 0.3, 0.4, you know, it might be a few of those broken up on trades that are larger. Everybody get that? I just want to do full disclosures as you guys are going through this, because you guys are looking at numbers and be like, hold on, where's the discrepancy? Here's the numbers, right? All right, so right here, hopefully this will let me stay zoomed. Okay, cool. So let's count winners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 winners in a row. Okay, everybody keeping track? That's right, 6 right here. Now we got some reds. 1, 2. Okay, got 2 losers in a row. Then what do I got? Then I got a winner. Okay. Oh, then I got a loser. Okay. Then we got 2 winners. And so on, right? But if we were to label these, you'll start to see a pattern start to emerge over time. You will start to see groupings of, see that little grouping right there? That's the first grouping. I call this a grouping of losers, okay? This got into a cadence rhythm of loss of how many? 3, right? Yeah, I have looked at thousands of these over histories of time, and it is as simple as looking down this section. You can look at it at your own, on your own P&L, on your own trade deck. Okay, scroll down and look to see the cadence in these trades. All right, so we got a group of winners, we got a few losers, and you guys see why I tell you, like, imagine that I had waited until I had 2 losers out of the way, right? Now what do I get? I get winner, loser, winner, winner. Boom. And am I done in 4 trades? Pretty much. Got that? Let's look at the next one. Let's go to a series of losers. Okay, so let's say that we had waited. What did I tell you guys about cadence? I see 3 in a row. What happens after that 3 in a row?
You start winning. You might start winning.
Bingo. And this is just on a completely open system. Look at this, right? So after, if I were to wait, remember what I told you guys, like, look, I recommend if you get into a slump for some reason, right? You get in a slump, you get in a super fearful mode, the first thing you should go is go, all right, I want to, I got it, I can't take a loss, I cannot, right? Wouldn't it suck is, here's what usually happens. Here's a normal trader without going through Vinny's program and just thinking normal human stuff. Where our human nature tells us, once you start doing good, you're like, oh, I've been doing good, I should go live, right? That's called death. Okay, because you get in this rhythm, you're like, man, look at this, I almost won all these in a row, cool, cool, cool. All right, I'm gonna go live, and you go live right here. You feel me? So all of a sudden you're like, wrecked, and all of a sudden you're like, what happened? I lost 3 in a row. And again, it's because you haven't, traded enough to know that, well, there's a series of winners coming up. Right, but I'm telling you, if you study our system, you talk about it, know what we can do with our system, you will start to see that if you play our system out over time, that the cadence rhythm happens like this. And if you really need to avoid this, if you do not have an account size big enough, because, like, look, can you handle that's a $200, $400, that's $800, right? That's minus $800. Now, some people will full panic on that. Okay, you guys know who you are. You full panic on that, right? Am I going to panic on minus 800? No. All right, a lot of players maybe are not, but some people, that is a lot. And this is what I'm trying to tell you about the mental cadence. If you're in a spot where you cannot handle a drawdown, right? Especially, remember I told you there's like a psychological, go watch my series on overcoming fear. If you watch that overcoming fear series, what do I tell you? When it says 700, something happens to people, okay? At a minus 700, because it did it to me too, so I know what's happening to you, okay? I used to get freaked out when I'd hit that minus 700 when I was in the markets back in the day. That minus 700, there's a psychological barrier there. There's a huge one if you hit minus 1,000. All of a sudden, you can freeze up. You lock up like you're like, ah, full panic right there, right? But if you are playing this out over time and you actually have a real system, that was back in the day when I didn't have ALGOBOX, and I wish somebody would have created ALGOBOX, so we decided we're going to create it ourselves, and I had no idea how far we get with it, but here we are. I mean, now I was talking to one of my Australian friends the other day, and he laughed. He goes, Vinny, these kids who are coming into your program, mate. Oh, mate, these kids who are coming into your program, mate, they don't even know how hard it used to be. They don't appreciate what's going on here. Like, I know, bro. It was crazy, right? So it's a lot easier with our system. I mean, just ask anybody who's using our system. It is. So what you want to do is you can avoid this block. How do you avoid it? Well, you can literally just trade sim until you hit one of these, right? And then when you lose, now I tell you 2 or 3, I tell you if you really cannot lose a trade and you have got to put money in the bank, how many trades, let's see who's been paying attention to my old videos, how many trades should you wait to guarantee yourself, I don't want to say guarantee because you say guarantee and now somebody's like, oh, I'm going to sue him, he said I guaranteed me, okay? But close enough to, I don't know, Bunny Rabbit guarantee says that you will not lose if you take 5 trades after how many? How many is it on our system?
After 3?
3! Bingo! Now why 3? Because I know what the stats are on losing 8 in a row. To lose 8 in a row on our system with our stats is like a point, what was it, 0.87? It's less than a 1% chance on our system that you lose 8 in a row. The numbers of times, like you scroll down this list to see how many times you ever had 8 in a row, it's like so infinitesimally small. It's like non-existent. Here we go. Here's a series of losers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure. On some random occasion, you will have a 6 scenario loser in a row, but it is very, very rare over time. And this is just with Lunchbot. This is just like with our, I mean, Lunchbot is a okay strategy, only runs 1 hour during the lunch hour thing. But, you know, mind you, this probably ran over an FOMC day too. There's going to be some lump. In fact, let's look at the slump lump. Let's look at the analysis. There's going to be a drawdown somewhere in there, guaranteed. Well, not too bad, not over the last 2 weeks. But if we ran this back farther, and this ran over like an FOMC day, or ran over a contract rollover date, whatnot, which is why I tell you, like, again, we know what our stats are and how to avoid those, right? Looks like one day on the 27th, so we could go back and look. Was the 27th a news day? Let's see. See, it was a Wednesday. Oh, it was a Thursday. Thursday after Christmas. Okay, this didn't do too well. Oh wait, no, hold on. I'm trying to get January. I'm sorry. We're in. We're in February now. Okay, sorry. No, it was a Thursday. So a Thursday. So again, what did I tell you guys, right? Some of the biggest, highest volatility on a Thursday. I don't know what's going on today. We could go back and look, but that had one of the biggest drawdowns that day. So, you know, look to see what that date was. And we went from plus minus 9,000 to a, so it was about a $2,000 drawdown. But then, you know, pretty steady up. Not too bad for 2 weeks of full auto on Lunchbot. Not bad, huh? Let's look at it per trades. Whoops. Let's go to the analysis, but let's change this from instead of daily to trades. Okay, there it is. See, yeah, well, there was a big draw somewhere in there. Okay. Yeah, that's going to happen on particulars when, you know, probably a news event scenario going on that day. That's usually what you'll find. You can almost look at it in your stats, and this is why full auto has some drawbacks to what a person who is trading manually can do. You guys get that? Any questions around that? But as far as seeing cadence, y'all understand that how I said, oh, here, I'll show you a way where I'll literally I'll just show you in a full auto scenario, and you can look at your own trades. Like, go back and look at your own trade history and see if you have clumps of losers, right? And the max you'll see, you know, maybe 5 or 6 tops. I dare you to find a spot where you lost 8 in a row. Like, it's very hard to have found 8 in a row. So why do I say 3? Well, because if you've got a -3, right, and then I've got 5 trades, right, 3 and 5, you're at 8, right? And let's say that you're there. So there's a nearly 1% chance that you lose 8 in a row. Well, what do you think is the stats on losing 9 in a row? It's like 0.008 something, or was it 7? I don't know. It's like infinitesimally small to lose 9 in a row. Okay, so, and you can run this backwards on a Monte Carlo. We've run it back and forth, and it's so small to have lost 9 in a row. So you get it with 5 trades, but how many trades do we really have in a session? Anybody?
We have 5, but typically if we get all of them, we get the extra one, which is a 6.
Get that extra bonus and a +1. So technically you're at 6. So you see how I'm like, yeah, but even if you got in that scenario, that would be the day that, well, you might want to give it one last shot on that bonus trade on that number 6, because you're probably not going to lose that one. You know what I'm saying? You would start your cadence right there, and I would literally trade the second session that day. Why? Because we know the stats are so infinitesimally small for you to lose another one. I would be leveling up and getting size on that trade. Does everybody understand that? And I'm just talking about purely statistics. I'm not talking about any other, like, you know, any magic and any trade setup, whatever. I'm just talking bland, generic trade strategy setup that's just released into the wild with no settings, no fluff, no adjustments. Everybody get that? Any questions? Comments? You saw the cadence.
Well, I just want to add a comment that basically I did follow your strategy for the mental hack of cadence, and I actually start every morning in sim, and this is the weird part. The funny part is when I start losing in demo with the cadence, I'm happy because I know that in the next few trades, I'm gonna have good trades.
Everybody start clapping for this man right here. Did y'all hear what this man just said? I'm gonna get that in an audio clip and I'm gonna like put that on a YouTube story, and I'm like, folks, hear it from somebody else besides me. He gets it. He's got it. What I'm telling you is, once you have had 2 or 3, particularly in our system, because our system is highly advanced and our position basically adjusts for itself every 4 minutes, and we are zeroing in. It's like, I don't know, it's like, I just pictured this a minute ago. I just had this word picture come to my head. So if you're zeroing in a gun, anybody out here, you know, out there shooting targets, okay, and you're trying to hit the bullseye, right? You put your gun out here and you've got it, and you got it on the little clamps, right? You're clamped down over here on your gun that I can't draw very well, but this has got a drum mag on it. All right, somebody's gonna, they're gonna come and get me tomorrow on this. Okay, so you got your drum mag ready to go, and you're shooting, and your first bullet hits, and it's like, you know, you've got it square pointed right here, but it fires up. It's like bing, right? You're like, oh shoot. So you make an adjustment. The next one, you're like bing. You're like, oh shoot. Okay, I need to go up. All right, now we're at least up and down. You're good, right? You got the up down. And on your third one, you're probably gonna be like bing, right? And if you're not, you're slightly off right here, right? And you're trying to hit center. Your fourth trade, where are you gonna be? You're probably gonna pow, right? It might take you about 4 shots to like really, you know, get yourself fully sighted in on, you know, a gun moving up, down, left, round, yeah, dead center, right? And so you know that now your gun is zeroed in for, you know, whatever this distance is. Now, if the distance changes, this is something that people don't realize. People think that, oh, a gun just always stays at its thing. Well, yeah, this is good for 1,000 yards, or I don't know, let's like 100 yards, okay? Because 1,000 yards is a little bit far. we're not doing movie shots here, okay? 100 yards, all right. So 100 yards, you're zeroed in, bam, you're hitting the sucker. Yeah, but you know, you move back to 200 yards, like this all changes again, right? People don't understand that either. Like, well, so it should be perfect every time then, Vinny. No, bro. Like that's what Shalom Benzev and the low IQ analytical kinetics that are still living with their mommy's basements at the age of 50 think, because they can't get themselves out of their own, you know, dementia. But the rest of us can understand how this works. You pull it back a bit, now you have to readjust again, slightly. But it's pretty darn close. Even once you've zeroed it in at that speed, like, you know that, I mean, you're compensating for just a little bit. And you don't have to be perfect to be profitable. So, there you go. You saw the cadence, you understand the cadence, and I love what you just put there, that yes, you get excited after those 3 or 4, because I taught you that, right? I taught you, get excited, right? You take 3 or 4 in a row, don't do what most people do. Most people, like Trades by Matt, these other guys are like, oh man, oh, you tuck your tail. That's for us, when we're down 3, bro, go all in on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, cool, we're down 3, bro, I'm ready to go. So, and yeah, I mean, you can almost see that even in this. Like, look at the big play coming in afterwards, and we just start our launch over after, you know, this is not just one trade, right? This is going to be multiple trades, losing in a row, and then boom, we're off. Pretty cool, huh? So does that help?
Oh yeah, that cleared a lot of things. Appreciate it.
Now you know where I picked up cadence, by literally looking at one of these, folks. I'm just looking at my see these numbers. These are your trade numbers. So I'm looking at trade number. There's a series of losers. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But then after it, are Why are these at 0? What am I in here? I'm in trades. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong spot. That's that's cumulative max. Okay, over here. So, what am I looking at? Cumulative max? I had to go back to my trades window. One moment, please. Over here. There we go. All right, so our profits per trade, and you see something like this. Look at it. Like, you just kind of zoom back. Oh, look at this. Look at a series of winners. Look how many winners in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 winners in a row. You think we're going to have 10 losers in a row? Nah, probably not. Okay,
And you don't need Tobias or Parson to tell you that.
Say that again? Oh, Tobias. Yeah, we need Tobias and Parsons.
You don't need Tobias or Parson to tell you that.
Yeah, man, we need ICT's Tobias and Parsons, the magical book authors that supposedly threw him in the back of a van and drove him down to the river. We might need one of those guys for the magic trades. Oh, man, yes. But yeah, so, you know, you'll see it. This is it. This is how I saw it. So your question was, how did I see it? How did I see the cadence? I literally went down, scrolled down one of these one day, and I was like, you know what? How would I start to eliminate these? Well, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm gonna make an adjustment. I'll curve fit this in, and maybe those will go away. No, like, these are going to happen. So the best thing you can do, I mean, I don't want to say the best, but I'm like a very simple. Okay, I'm talking about a simple and intelligent way to handle a solution. Like, there are multiple solutions to this. Mine is not the only solution to this. There are multiple ways to solve for things. But Occam's razor, who, you know, a lot of people don't know what this is, and people like Shalom have no idea what this means, okay? But if they ever studied anything outside of their own selves, they would know that Occam's razor principle says that when two solutions offer a solution for the same problem, that the one that is simplest is always the best solution, folks. So, simple is oftentimes better. And you can prove that out graphically in all kinds of other ways as well. Great questions. That was fun. We like that. All right, so we're gonna go through 2 questions here that are or 2 layouts here, and but I'll open up anybody got a quicker question? Any quick questions there?
Hey, Vinny.
Yes.
Hey, Vinny.
How goes it, my friend?
I'm Daniel.
Danny, how's it going, brother?
I'm good. I'm just a bit rusty. I just woke up.
You're on the other side of the world. You're in India, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you got the 9 in the morning. It's 9 at night here, brother. Awesome.
It's 8. Yeah. So my question was, now that I have started taking screenshots, how would you like me to save them? Like, should I save them according to strategy, or should I save them according to the dates?
Strategy. Because you're not really going to go and search for dates. The only time that you're going to be worried about dates is easy hard days. So you are going to, like, in market replay. So if you're doing market replay days, okay, for market replays, you should have 2 folders of dates. Okay, market replay, we care about dates. Okay, we want to know types of days. We have the easy or the candy days, and then we have the hard days. Okay, 2 folders for those in market replay with dates. Okay, that way you can go and pull the market replay day, practice them. Okay, now, but he's asking, what about the screenshots? Okay, so on screenshots, you want to divide these up, in my opinion, by strategies. I kind of want to open up the floor to you guys. Is anybody, some of you guys maybe, again, I'm not saying I'm the best organizer in the world, but my thought is on doing screenshots by these. I actually do them, I name mine, and I still drop them all in the kind of the same folder, and then I actually sort by name whenever I want to see like all the HMDs, or I want to find all of the 2 fingers. I'll literally do a search for, and I'll group them together. So, you know, it's not super important to have them all in individual folders by strategy, because they can all be in the same folder as long as they are something designating what is on that screenshot or set of screenshots. Let me show you guys one of my folders particularly that's, you know, a little less disorganized or a little less organized, but is just a trades folder. Let me pull up an example here. All right, let's go to my captures folder here. All right, I'm gonna go into trades. And these are all gifts for me, because I've gotten super advanced level where, you know, I really, for myself, I won't really just take screenshots that are, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna reach a certain level where you're like, I'm only doing, you know, you only want the best of the best, right? So let me scroll this over. All right, actually preview might help. I don't know if my preview will work with these. GIF gonna move. Yeah, Exploder doesn't show it, okay? But you see the name of this GIF right here? See how I named it? Multi-cross HMD short GIF, okay? So, like, now here's one that wasn't named, okay? I'm hoping somebody sent me that one, okay? Probably someone one of our members. But notice, you see how all of mine have names? I see Cluster King, Timing, Headshot, PRZ, Cross, Pushing Probe. Now, mind you, these aren't individual screenshots. Here's how I do mine. Let's have a lesson. How do I make mine? You see all these folders down here that say MK? Like MK8, MK9. This is because what I'm doing is I'm throwing a bunch of screenshots in a folder, and I just don't have a better name. I just want to briefly throw them into a folder, and I'm going to turn them into a GIF. Watch how I do it, okay? I just go screenshot, screenshot, screenshot as my play is going through. Okay, so in my MK9, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here's how my trade progressed. Here's the first one. You see how I've got it labeled? Let's make it bigger. Okay, so here's how it started. 2, notice King Timing. 3, 4, 5. Now if I play those quickly, it looks like this. Dun, 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 dun. See that? Dun, dun, dun. So now what I want to do is I want to turn these into a GIF. Well, I use easygif.com. So you guys haven't seen that one? Here, I'll make one right now, and you guys can see me do it live. easygif.com. This one right here. Nice little site right here. And so I want to do a GIF. So I go GIF maker right here. Look at this. Choose files. Okay. Can I switch to manage or upload and make a GIF? Let me do this off here. Just I don't want everybody to see my ICT folders. Let's pull this over here and let's go to trades, and I'm going to do that. What was that? Make 9 I did. Okay, so I'm going into my Make 9 folder, and I'm literally just grabbing all of them. Okay, highlight all, click and open, bam. So now the website shows me, okay, I've grabbed 5 files. Okay, pretty simple. Now I go upload and make a GIF. Wait for it, ding, 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 ding. Okay, now I like to put the delay. This depends, right? But 60 is usually pretty good. And now I click on make a GIF. Wait for it, little kitty cat. Look at that. Look at that beauty right there. And I'm a beast. Any questions? Everybody like that one? See how simple that was? And a bunch of screenshots. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, you're pressing the record button and doing a GIF thing. Dude, they're gonna be huge. The file sizes are big and all that kind of whatnot. Yes, this is a technical thing. This is why I give some people who go the extra length to make these, I give them pro skill level, because this is an extra level of effort that it takes to do this kind of stuff. I recognize that, I know that, which is why I reward people who take the time to do it. So if you're asking like, you know, oh, hey man, I made some GIFs. Yeah, but you didn't quite make them right. I'll be honest. Okay, if you want to make them the hardcore way, this is, you know, this is the level that I kind of expect it to be. Everybody understand that? So then, by the way, so once that's there, now I can just save this. I save it as GIF, and they even got an optimized thing. So if your GIF is really big, you'll notice sometimes it say, oh, you know, it's slow or something's not showing up right on a website or showing up where it doesn't matter. Click right here. This site is so cool. You can click optimize, and this will literally like reduce whatever it does, magical compression stuff, and all of a sudden it becomes a little small GIF, and you can put it anywhere. Very, very powerful. Picture's worth 1,000 words, and a moving picture is worth millions. Oh, yes. Any other questions on that? Cool?
No, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, again, I just throw them all in here named. If you don't want to name every single one, because, like, look at my MK folder. Let me point this out here real quick. I go to the MK folder. Do I name every single one of these? Do I take the time to type all that out? Heck no, right? These are just normal time stamped, like they would come right out of my app. This is right out of Snagit. You guys get that? So am I naming all these? No. But when I put them together as a GIF, right, I'm like, okay, these were all one trade. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 screenshots that I took while this trade was going on. Okay, that's a lot, right? You're like, wow, that's a lot of yes, but what's cool is this whole trade, while it took a lot of time, okay, look how fast I can go through it. Man, watch it go, right? Here's me creating my own handmade GIF as I'm just clicking through them. Look at it move, right? Pretty cool, huh? 3,500 at the end. Not bad, right? So now I take all those, throw them on easy GIF, bam, bam, I create the GIF. Now when I save the GIF, what do you think I save it with the name as? Right? Obviously the thing, this is gonna be double dot headshot, and so where do I put it? So I go from the MK3 folder, which then, mind you, all these are basically waste now, right? I can now go back later and I can delete the MK folders, right? Make, that's what MK for me stands for make. I'm gonna make a GIF, right? Anyway, it's my terrible whatever, anyway. So make, right? So yeah. Make sense? So I go over there and then I'm going to save that GIF with the name, and now all those screenshots saved into one powerful, you know, dot trade, right? Pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Does that answer your question on how to organize?
Yes, sir, it does. Thank you.
And I also want to do that because now, oh, I should have done a search for that. So in my trades folder, I would want to do a search. So if I want to, if I'm like, okay, I need to study some headshots. All right. So now look, what can I do? I can go in there, press search, and now it's going to filter for all headshots. Let's try that real quick in my trades folder. So I'm going to go back to my trades folder, go up here in my search, and I'm going to go headshot. Right. So now every GIF with a headshot is now going to show up right there. Right, now I can get to studying. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 little miniature videos that I can now study. See that? What's another one you guys want to see? You guys want to see a headshot? How about anything with a PRZ? Okay, here we go. Got a bunch. We got 3 rows of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 3, 18. 18. Headshot PRZ, double cross PRZ, bushing probe. Oh, how about a double cross? Everybody wants to see double cross? Anything with a double cross. See how easy that is? That's why I would say label them, and if you're going to do folders, then put the names on the folders so you can see all of them. And GIFs are so powerful, and you know, but you're just, while you're taking your trade, you're not going to be, you know, recording a video and that kind of stuff. You can just take screenshots real quickly with this beautiful mouse that we got, right, that G300, where you're just pressing repeat, screenshot, repeat screenshot, repeat screenshot, repeat screenshot. If you guys don't know about that, I should probably go ahead and take the time to do that. You should not be doing this, folks. You're not doing Control-Z, and you're not, oops, Windows Shift S. Okay, I don't want you doing this. I don't want dragging and done. Oh, I gotta do another one. Oh, ship. And I gotta drag it again. Some of you guys are so dumb. Okay, you're all doing this. Oh, I gotta drag another screenshot. Vinny, this is why I don't do it, Vinny, because I don't want to do this. Because you didn't see my video. I literally said, you do one of these one time. So now I've got my region. This is called region selection. Now I press the repeat button. Repeat last screenshot. You click, 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 click. Literally just one little tiny click, and that's how you get the repeats. It's very simple. Folks, I'm telling you, if you do what I tell you to do, you are going to be a freaking rock star. If you don't, I mean, I don't know. Okay. But yeah, that's my advice on that. All right, Manny has an awesome trade here going for me. Can you criticize this trade? Oh, he's put it out on YouTube even. Let's go. You guys want to go follow Manny on YouTube? Let's do this. All right. Oh, look at this. He's got the music. Hold on. Oh. Yes. Let's go. All right, looks like I see. All right, look at what he just did right there. Bam. See what he did? He drew that horizontal, boom. He labeled where the double cross is. Now, I'm not sure. He probably has a reason for not getting long on that. What is a MACV? MACV is a little bit mixed right here. He's got a double dot. I see double dots. It looks like a play to try to get long here, except we definitely have the high time frame. Look at this. We are definitely, high time frames are working against him, right? So maybe he's not jumping the gun on this. I don't know. Just my first instinct as I'm looking at this play. But as I see targets right here, I mean, I want to get in long right here and try to target that right there. And because there's a double cross, double move right there, I'm going to measure from that cross to that cross right there. And it looks like it also puts me right there. So I would give this a shot, and high time frames. I'll also, yeah, I'm looking at this. I want to take a play right here for sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's looking for here. He's looking for something up there. Okay, let's do this. So I'm looking at this. This is an 11-minute video. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to do a whole walkthrough of this video for tomorrow. Okay, for Tuesday, come back. This is gonna be a huge one. If you guys want to go check out Manny's play, he is Manuel Martinez there on YouTube. Guys, check him out there. And am I subscribed? Yeah, I'm already subscribed on him. Awesome. He's got 298 views on that. Go check it out. 11 minutes of this. I'm gonna do an entire run through walkthrough. So I guess he recorded maybe an entire session. I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't want to take all the time here tonight on it, but let's definitely hit that one. I think somebody else also had one. Who?
Yeah, that was me. I was asking if you can review.
Yeah, where's yours posted?
I just put my username last code there. I pretty much did like a lot of trades today.
Okay, so you want feedback on today?
Yeah.
Okay.
The trades if you want.
All right, let's see. So trade number 5, we got Headshot. Was a bit nervous at first, but Ultimate Mac V was Rend, and Flowmaster Bang Bang trust in them. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So we are short right here. That's a Headshot on a King Timing, looking good right there. Mac V is green, so. Solid green there. How did this one work out? Did this trade 5, did that actually go to target?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Did it? Okay, cool.
The video is after the picture.
Yeah, see, that's 3 whole minutes. But see, this is again. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the critique. Like, this is why. Okay, folks. Do I need to wait 3 minutes to see a full trade like that? This is what I'm saying. Like, let's go to this one. We'll go to it. How do I go to this? There we go. Okay, so this 3 minutes can be compacted into a GIF. If you're taking screenshots, then we can, go through this whole thing. But let's, there's something to be said for, walking through. But if you're gonna do a video, then you may as well do audio too. Like talk through it, walk through it. So it looks like you went short. Now you are, there's a blue dot right there. Okay, so he's holding through the position. He's still holding to the short side. So you've got longs favorable here. So as a blue dot shows up, I would definitely be peeling off that position. Adding to that position.
Yeah, and that's why I said the comment. Like I was watching the Mac V Ultimate, and it was showing red.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if the Mac V Ultimate. Oh, okay, yeah. So with that commentary, it's good. Yeah. So yeah, but I would either, do an audio if I'm going to walk through an entire thing, like, talk me through it in your actual video since you're already recording the full thing, or, have it labeled. And again, I know you said it out there, like I know that this was green, but you had Mac V Ultimate showing red. You can't see that here, but that's cool. Yeah, if you labeled it out and you're getting short on it. And then let's see, as far as your targets there, let's see what you got. So we held the target down to, okay, right here. Listen, I already see a line right there. I don't know why you would front run that. Okay, so if you're going to go ahead and hold out a position like that as this dot is being broken, and we're on King Timing, dude, just hold that thing all the way out, because that is likely, there's your target down there, 44.97.75. You see that? So you're just leaving money on the table, especially at 13 contract at this point. That's going to be a lot of money that you're going to be picking up here, what those extra ticks. So on your target selection, I would do that, and you get that line is coming through on multiple time frames to hold that all the way down, and then you've got this one all the way down there too as well. And any other target there? No, but I'm just going. Yeah, I don't see what you were targeting right there at that spot, so I would be putting it all the way down there with my finger over the close. Because here's the thing: a lot of people, and this is a good tip. Okay, if you are going to do this, put your targets where there is something. Okay, pick your targets, pick them, be specific, folks. Do not lollygag your targets. Again, I said the same thing with Casey earlier today. Have a reason why you put your target there, and then your other reason is what button.
Yeah, the close. I should mention, Vinny, that I actually have on the GS300 the buy and close on it.
Okay. Very cool. All right, so you've got a closed position on your mouse. I would be very careful with that. I do not recommend that, but again, everybody wants to pick their death wish, so if you want to do that, it's perfectly fine. Okay, so as you put your target there, I'm assuming you hit that target. Let's see.
Yeah,
But
it did.
I have
And
a feeling
actually
it probably
did
went
go
farther
to
than
the-
that.
Yeah, it actually did go to that gray line after I stopped recording. So now that was like a light bulb when you told me that I should have put the TP on the lines.
I gotcha. Yeah, and I don't know why you cut your why'd you cut the video right there? It didn't even get the target. So, but yeah, okay. So yeah, that would be my feedback on that trade there. And how about we do one more? We'll do your trade number 4 for Flowmaster Cross. Let's see. So trade number 4, Flowmaster Cross. Okay, that's not a trade. So again, man, listen. If you're gonna waste my time and come out to one of these and ask me to give critiques, but then you give this kind of bullshit in your comment, look, I'm just gonna call it right out on you. First of all, there is no strategy called a Flowmaster Cross. Anybody heard of a Flowmaster Cross? No, that is a thing. That is not a strategy. So trade number 4, that's not even a strategy. So I can just stop right there. I have no really business in looking in this, unless there's further explanation on the thing. But Flowmaster Cross, that's not a strategy, folks. Here's my thing. Trade strategies, not things, not signals, not drawings, not dots, not crosses, because that's all he's saying. I mean, it's just a Flowmaster Cross. All right. Now, if you're saying Flowmaster Audio Box was going off, you know?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's what it is. I'm so sorry. It's because I get it confused, but the Flowmaster Cross audio was banging when the cross showed up.
This is called
That's why I said
Flowmaster Audio Box. Okay, this is not cross, so this is very confusing for people. So, you know, if they're coming in the room on that, and you know, I'm not gonna. Again, I can't just critique every single thing that's ever coming in the room. If you're getting in long on this because you got Audio Box kicking in, okay. I don't know why your chart looks like this. So why is your chart all squeezed in like this? What is all this space going on here for? What is all this?
It does it automatically sometimes.
Okay, well, you're doing something to cause that. Okay, and there's ways to fix that. So if you don't know how to fix that, so I'll talk about it right now. You can click this area right here, click, and drag up. You drag up, that will expand this whole space. There's other ways you can hit Control up, but you need to get to learn how to adjust your charts. Okay, something is going on here with that data. Is this market replay or is this live data?
That was live data today.
Okay, was this the open, this section right here? Because you cut off the bottom so I can't see the time.
No, that was the afternoon. That was in the afternoon.
Okay. But see, there's no data right here. I can tell something's jacked up with your chart, right? So these are things that you'll have to get to recognize, like, as you start to see this stuff. I mean, this straight leg, you think something went that straight for... No, there's something wrong here. Like, you should be right-click and reload history, reload historical data on this. But, yeah, I mean, this is not playable, okay? You need to fix this. Everything that we do here is all about...
I mentioned that I can fix that issue, but I have to, like, either change the contract date, or I just exit NinjaTrader and go back in. That's how I found the easiest way to fix it.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
I think it's
that's
actually one of the
horseshit. No,
indicators
you don't
doing
have
that.
to do all that. Do you know how to right-click, reload historical data?
Not apparently. Now I know.
I'm just asking. Have you ever heard about doing that?
No, sir. No.
Okay, good. So everybody needs to save their breath. Don't try to teach me anything. Everybody needs to learn this. Don't waste my fucking time. If I tell you to do something, you simply do it. I am never wrong. Always learn that. Okay? I am never wrong. If I tell you to right-click and reload historical data, don't tell me about how you found was the fastest way. I literally told you the fastest way to do it. I've been doing this a long time. All right. Any other questions on any of these? Trade number 3, power, fib dot. Okay, so that's good. Fib dot plus confluence. This is the reason why I took it, even though it was not on the smaller king S or K line. All right.
Yeah, I took the dot is on the 4 chart. I apologize.
Okay, but S or K line. What is an S line?
The S. I was trying to say the SMLK line.
Okay, S or K line. So yeah, these are things where if you want me to take my time, okay, to go over stuff, please, folks, like, then you take your time first and put what you mean, because this is like, people are gonna be like, what's he talking about? Why would you get in on, because an S line is small. We never enter in on small, right? But you make this sound like, oh, get in when you're small. Oh, sorry, I didn't get in when it was small or king. Like, this doesn't even make any sense. You understand? Listen, man, like, this is ICT level shit right here, all right? Pull your head out of your ass. That's what I'm going to implore you to do. I'm your mentor. I'm the guy telling you what to do. And yes, somebody come out there and goes on to Trustpilot the other night. Oh, Vinny rips people a new butthole on his open mic nights. Well, because I want you to be better. All right. Anyhow, let's look at this. So smaller king. So he said that the reason is power 50 because he had confluence. Okay, confluence on multi-time frame. So he is entering in on. I got the blue dot here and a blue dot there. That's great. So this is kind of like a double dot. All right, but I still wouldn't take that by itself. Okay, that is still just a single power dot because they're not in two different locations. It's basically the same dot, just showing on both time frames. You would want those in kind of separate places. And
also, I have the wave chart there too.
Yeah, MACV is looking real good, so I'll give it to you on that. And yeah, man, look at this. Across the boards, you got green across. Only one right there is a little bit red. Who cares about this one? But yeah, solid green on the MACV. You're going to take a shot on a power dot? Yeah, why not? And it actually kind of looks like, I mean, you had king timing down here, so I'm not sure why you said even though you didn't have king timing. I'm having a hard time with your explanation, bro. You literally had king timing. So again, I would be looking at this just like, I'm sure everybody even today was probably like, bro, I don't know how to give you feedback because you're saying stuff that's not even right. You know what I'm saying? Look, like it had perfect king timing here, and that's where the blue dot is. So, I mean, yeah, baby. I mean, yeah, it's a good play. It's a good play. But, you know why you're doing this stuff. Because, look, right now, yeah, I know it seems like parting hairs, but look, when you are, pushing this and you're in live markets and your money's on the line, you're going to want to be accurate. Okay, listen, I'll be like this. If you went to your bank today, okay, and you go up to the banker at the front and you're like, hey, yeah, so how much money's in my account? They're like, I don't know, around 450 to 500. And you're like, wait, what? Yeah, somewhere around there, Okay, do you want your banker to be sloppy with your money?
Never.
No. The first time that they got your shit wrong, you would probably quit that bank, right? Okay, so I am doing the same thing with you. If you're going to say things like this is just sloppy, okay? And I would never put you in charge of my money, you understand? And so I don't think you should put yourself in charge of your money either. So my point is this, you're not ready yet, okay? You're not ready, but get there, right? I'm encouraging you to get there. This is my push. This is my push to get you there. Now, I want to also point out, though, folks, even though Lost Code sucks complete ballsack, he made 5K. So, hey, Lost Code, give everybody a laugh and laugh in their face. Be like, ha, 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 and I still blew it up.
I still make more than ICT, kids.
I still make more than ICT, even though I completely obliterated what I was trying to say in there. You know what? You can do the nanny boo-boo, stick your head in some doo-doo, because that is a very nice P&L, my friend. 5K with a $700 max drawdown. Profit factor, 4.37, 86% profitable. The guy kind of knows what he's doing, even though he may not be able to explain it yet. That's okay. We're going to push him to the next level in that 5K. He probably would have had 10K today, I'm just saying. But no, he crushed it, and the rest of you guys can go cry about it. You do not have to be perfect to be profitable with our system. That is an amazing wrap there. Don't forget, so as far as your homework goes, folks, make sure that you check back tomorrow on Tuesday. I'm going to go through the entire 11-minute spiel from Martinez. He totally crushed it. He's one of our top level guys in our room, doing great stuff, showing great results, showing he's the guy that can do a masterful GIF. The guy is a guy to be looking out for. I am going to go through his entire setup for tomorrow in a video, so we'll come back out and do that on Tuesday. And any other final questions? Did we do it all? We did it all. Thanks for hanging out. For me, Pippi, Robbie, Loadspot, Mod Squad, Curtis, G, and everybody else hanging out with me on the microphones. Thanks for hanging out. I am sending out that big H sound. See ya! Yeah.
Thank you, Vinny.
Welcome, my friends. Always a pleasure.
Hey, man, Vinny, thanks for slapping me in the face a little bit.
Oh,
and
yeah, man.
all
High
those
five.
feedbacks, man.
You know, I just love you, brother. You know it.
I know that.
Good times, good times. All right, man. I love you guys. Get some good rest and go.